Good morning, everybody. Yeah, you can hear me well? Perfect. Like Greg said, if you wanted some French accent, you are going to be really, you are going to have some today. So yeah, welcome to my talk. It's about experimentation. I will try to show you the best way to do experimentation within your app without destroying everything. My name is Antoine Danois. You can find me on Twitter. Don't hesitate to add me. And I'm an Android engineer at CityMapper. So why we can do experiments? So first, it's cool to do that, to test if this idea is doable, because sometimes product people or design people can ask you to do some things, but you are not really sure if it's really doable or if you are going to have any issues with it. So it can be cool to experiment directly in your app. Also to feel it, because for example with Figma you can do prototyping and have feel how it looks, but it's still not the same as directly in the app, and also to try real world testing, just to test it with your team, etc., to share it broader and to have more feedback from it. So how do we do that at CityMapper? First, we have to find some free time, and it's not easy, as you can imagine. We are all really busy people. And also in the CityMapper team, we don't have anyone that can do illustration really well, so I'm just going to use a GIF, the whole presentation. Then we have to select the experiment. It's not possible to do anything like this. For some reason that I'm going to explain just after. But first, we have to get the idea, what we want to do. Then we have to think, to brainstorm about it, and then to design it. So it's not really our job, it's mostly for the designers, but it has to be done. Then the design team review it, and then they come to me, say, hey Antoine, it's possible to do it? So after that, I'm checking if it's small enough to do. It can be big sometimes, it can be something big, but usually, we prefer that it's something really small, it takes just a day or two, even less, if it's possible. We are trying to be sure that we are confident to do it, to not, for example, something on the home screen that can break everything, etc. We really want to make sure that we are not going to have any problems if we start to do the experimentation. Then we investigate, for the same reason, but a bit more technical wise, if we have completely refactor a lot of things to do this, it's not going to be perfect. And then, we just approve and we say that we can do that, and we start. Just to begin with that, we have to prepare the field. The way we do it, for really small features or experimentation, we just use a really simple flag system. When I said simple, it's really simple. We just have a configuration file with just one line. We say is internal, so it's going to be only available on the internal build. And then in the code, it just, if Jake, I hope everybody know how to do that. This system is really simple, so it's really easy to do on our side, but obviously it has some flaws, it's not perfect. Maybe for example, there are some people on Twitter that like to check those kind of files and try to enable and disable things to discover what we are going to release. So if it's not okay for other people outside of the company to see it, you can also create a feature in another module and just embed this module in your prod build or not. Like this, it's a lot easier because, at least if you have someone from the outside playing with your feature flags, if the experimentation you want to add is not in it, the person will not be able to see it. Something that don't hesitate to be careful. Like, for example, this, we really don't hesitate to create another class. For example, so it's good because it's an opportunity to rewrite some code. Like usually, it can be hard to find sometimes to do some refactoring, and it can be a good opportunity for that. It also helps to keep things separated. For example, like to keep your old stuff and the new stuff in parallel. And like for some time, it's okay to have like some duplicated code. If you are not sure about your experimentation, it's fine. Like no worries. Just later, if you keep or not the experimentation, just think of like to remove the old code. But otherwise, like it's completely fine to create another classes, etc. Also, we have to take the time to test. We just wrote some code, so we need to test it. If you want to do unit test, UI test, etc., it's up to you. But yeah, we have to test it. Like we don't want to send something in production that is broken, and also we have to make sure that the new stuff is not conflicting with the old stuff, because like if you have like things communicating with everything, like it can be a mess. So yeah, it's not because you want to do an experimentation really quickly that you have to mess up like everything. So yeah, you have to be sure about that. And yeah, like the main point of that, it's to make it testable to your team. So for example, here at CityMapper, we have an internal build. Like we have every day we have a release and everybody that can test it. But we have also another build called Lab, the Lab build, that can be really messy, but it's made for that. It's made to be broken. It's made to look weird sometimes. So yeah, don't hesitate to do that. To have everybody test your experimentation. What can you do better than us? Because, yeah, obviously there is always ways to improve. So, for example, you can use A/B testing. I'm sure most of you are familiar with that way to do tests. But yeah, if you want to go further and just not only internal tests within your team, you can just like test to the real world. But it's adding a lot more complexity because yeah, you have to really make sure you are handling correctly both, like if your experimentation is enabled or not. So yeah, just be careful with that. But it's completely a good thing if you want to. Also, you can get some statistic. If one thing is working better than another, with the A/B testing, you will be able to see it. Also, Firebase remote config. So it's approximately the same system as we are using with just like the Boolean internally. But yeah, you can configure it remotely. Well, the name is correct. And so it can be really cool, for example, if you send the experimentation that it's just crashing your app or anything. And also, Firebase remote config can be used with how it's called, the cloud function. So you can even link that and like to have like a cloud function running, doing something somewhere. I don't know. But it adds complexity as well. But also you are more free to do what you want and to not to have to release an update to update your stuff. Is it really worth it? Yes. But it depends a bit because, like, if you are doing an experimentation and you are blocked for a long time on it, it's not going to be okay because we have also a lot of things to add, new features, bug to fix, etc. So if we are blocked, it's not going to be really okay. Also, an experimentation, if someone from the product team or design team asks you to do that, it has to be really clear. If you spend like 2 days just to understand the task, it's not going to be okay. So yeah, we have to really make sure that everything is clear for everybody. And also, yeah, we have to be sure we are not going to regret it later. And if it's a big experimentation, so yeah, like I said earlier, if it's something big, it's going to be messy to add like feature flags everywhere. So what we are doing usually, yeah, it's to create a new module, and we just don't include that module on our prod build. We also try to not bother the entire company with it. So when I said that, it's related to the line just below. For example, for a really secret feature that I'm not going to talk about because I don't know if it's going to be released anytime soon. But we had to use like a backend database, you know, that kind of stuff. And we don't really want it to bother everybody, like the backend team, etc., that was already really busy. So but like my colleague just here in front of me, made something using Firebase database. So it was really simple, like it's really easy to do, and it's like for anybody to do. Even if you don't really know anything about backend, the Firebase team did a really good job on it. Even me, I was capable to understand it, and wow, it's crazy. So it's great. And yeah, usually on that we do quick and small iteration as well, because like I said, like for example, this experimentation, we spent like 2 months on it approximately, and we had like other things to do as well. So yeah, it was important to do yeah, quick and small iteration, to also have the time to work on something else in parallel, and yeah, to move forward on that feature. And then you have 2 choices. If the experimentation was a good idea, so you can take the time to polish it. If you haven't made it really properly, you can clean it, etc., etc. You can also turn the flag on if it was only available on your internal application. You can also take the time to write some tests. Tests are really important. Trying to do, and if you can, also delete the old code. But yeah, just really be careful that you are not breaking anything else. And if it was a bad idea, it's fine, you can just remove everything that you have made for this experimentation, remove the feature flag, and just don't cry, it's fine. Things can happen, you know, like we always work like for several days or weeks on something, and we just throw everything in the bin. It's okay, it's fine, don't be sad. And yeah, anything that you can learn from our mistakes, because yeah, we have made some mistakes with that. Triple check that you have your feature flag set correctly, because sometimes you can send an experimentation on production, and you don't want it to do that, but it happened. Check your experimentation on several types of devices. It's not because we are doing something quickly and that we just check on one device and boom, okay, so it's okay. No, we have to test like any other features. Really make sure the previous things is still working, just in case. And keep a track of what you are doing, because like, for example, I don't really remember every experimentation I've made 2 months ago. So yeah, keep a trace of everything you are doing. And if it's not possible to do an experimentation, just say it. Really, it's really important. Don't work on something that like you're just going to like dig a big hole and never leave that hole. Et voilà, you know how to do an experiment without just destroying everything in your app. And really, my TLDR for this conference is do not hesitate to experiment. Thank you.